If you are subscribed to Lion Syndicate, you have seen the Jerry Jones video. Jerry Jones absolutely broke yesterday. The Detroit Lions broke the Dallas Cowboys. We talked about this yesterday, but we didn't get any live feedback, so we're going to do that today. All right? Jerry Jones yesterday lost his mind, he lost his composure, and he threatened basically what came down to be a threat live on air of radio host, threatening their job because they weren't doing it the way he wanted them to do it, asking him cookie cutter questions. The Detroit Lions have actually broken the Dallas Cowboys. You could see this trajectory. Cowboy fans are not actually surprised by this. And I've seen some of them actually thanking the Detroit Lions for exposing their own team. And how can I tie that back to the Detroit Lions? Because we have been going through it for a while with this franchise. William Clay was a stubborn dude when it came to the Detroit Lions. He was stubborn. He was responsible for a lot of the stuff that happened. I'm not saying, that he was a bad dude or anything like that, but as an owner, he was responsible for a lot of why our franchise wind up like it was, right? Now you have Martha. Martha did a much better job than her husband, but she's older. She's doing the best she can. Now let's get to Sheila, okay? Sheila did what you're supposed to do. She hired the right people and got out the way. And I am so grateful that we will never see Sheila Hamp ever do that. Even though she's not the GM of the franchise, she will never do that. And when the Detroit Lions were 1-6, back in 2 years ago, as a matter of fact, 2 years ago, this month, almost to this day, is when the Lions were 1-6. Sheila Hamp came out. She defended Dan Campbell. She defended Brad Holmes. Brad Holmes came out, said, listen, we're going to turn this thing around. And we did. Those are things that happens that we're used to happening in the Detroit Lions organization, season firings. The last time that happened outside of Matt Patricia was Steve Mariucci. So we don't really do that in middle of the season, but we're always going through it. The owners we appreciate Sheila. She's done a tremendous job, but you will never, ever see her do what Jerry Jones did yesterday. Yesterday was a display of power and arrogance. And he came on there and clowned the all three of the men. Okay. And just a little side note, that's one of the things that I love about doing what I do is, in a way, you guys are the boss. I keep telling y'all all the time, I really don't want to work for the Detroit Lions, because if I work for the Detroit Lions, they can tell me what to do. They can tell me what I can and cannot say, and that's just not going to fly with me. But I wish somebody would talk to me like Jerry Jones talked. I don't care who you are, right? But it just tells me that Sheila, we are in a good place. We really are. And it feels we're new to this. But one thing we can know beyond a shadow of a doubt is that our organization is in good hands. It really is. We need a pass rusher. We do need a pass rusher, but it is in good hands. That is for sure. So Jerry Jones absolutely lost his mind. He is getting destroyed. I mean, it made all the national media outlets, and he is having a tough time. But here's the thing. He actually doubled down on it in an interview with Diana Rossini of The Athletic a couple hours later. Listen, you don't get rich for no reason. But to be a bully like he was yesterday, it's just uncalled for. To me, it's despicable. And it kind of shows you how what people can do in positions of power. He was out of line yesterday, and I hope he continues to get clowned for the rest of the time he owns the Dallas Cowboys, because you don't do that. You don't do that. These are men that you embarrassed on the radio, and you flexed your power because you knew you could. So, but I'm glad that the Detroit Lions are in capable hands. That's for sure.